Is the need for oil increasing the need for machinery? What company is beginning their upstart sequence? And who is expanding production by July of 2008? Stay tuned for all this and more when we come back. Hello, and welcome back to EnergyScout News and Information, your source for breaking energy news. I'm your host, Reb Byers. Today's segment will focus on production within the energy industry. And in breaking news, did you know that in 2007 there were 53,558 wells drilled in the United States alone? And of those wells, 11,477 were completed as producing oil wells. But 61% were completed as gas wells, and 11% were dry holes, which leads to this. A Democratic-controlled House panel voted 9-6 in a party-line vote against lifting the 27-year-old offshore drilling moratorium at a time when gasoline prices are expected to float at or above $4 a gallon for the rest of the summer. As with Florida, the amendment for the GOP Republican John Patterson of Pennsylvania also would have opened up drilling in now protected areas 50 to 200 miles off the east and west coast. This would include North Carolina, Virginia, and South Carolina. The need is imminent for these sources, but with that need comes a larger percentage of manpower and machinery. In other news, Xterra Energy Incorporated announced that the company has commenced a startup sequence designed to bring its oil and gas assets in West Texas back into full production. 3 wells are currently online and are producing an average of 3 to 5 barrels of oil per day, with 2 additional wells set to return production imminently. Xterra will continue to reactivate that balance of the wells over the next several months. Now let's see what else is happening in the energy industry. Stryker Oil and Gas Incorporated has filed a permit application with the state of Louisiana to convert a temporarily abandoned well in the Welsh Field to a saltwater disposal well. Now, this will allow Stryker to bring several of its shut-in wells online, which could double its existing Welsh Field production. Welsh has been producing approximately 35 barrels of oil per day from 2 productive wells, with an additional 2 wells ready to produce that have been shut in due to the inability to dispose of the saltwater. USA Superior Energy Holdings Incorporated is positioning itself to expand production via the Edwards Formation starting the first week in July of 2008. Jerry Witt, the Senior Vice President of Geology, has designed the program to enter the Narut Well number 8. Now, this is high on structure in the Bateman Field. It is cased whole to approximately 2,700 feet. The Edwards Formation is a prolific production zone. It is identified as being just 500 feet below the Austin Chalk. The Edwards has an apparent 18-foot zone, of which 11 feet could be a major producer. The production will be enhanced with the application of the horizontal stimulus unit. And now it's down to business, but first, let's take a look at our leaders and laggards. In oil and gas, crude oil is down 80 cents to $135.94, and it isn't going to let go of that $130 range. Natural gas is following the pattern and is down 16 cents to $12.64, and it's still struggling for that $13. Now let's regroup after we take a quick look at our people on the move. And finally, in strange news today, you've heard of Puss in Boots. We'll try Pork in Boots, a fun pig with an odd phobia. Take a look.
Hog that is happier than a pig in shoes. This is Cinders, the 6-week-old piglet born with a nose for neatness and a fear of dirt. Misophobia is the technical term for what ails little Cinders, and to combat the problem, her keepers have rigged up some mini pig galoshes. Sure, Cinders will take a ton of crap from barnyard pals, but she will not be stepping in any, at least.
Well, the good news is, folks, Arnold Ziffel won't be one of the pigs who's going to market. And that's it for today's Energy Headlines. Be sure to check out our website daily for up-to-date rig counts and company information. And if you have any news from around the oil patch, be sure to contact us at EnergyScout.com. And don't forget to join us tomorrow. We will take a look at drilling within the energy industry. For Energy Scout news and information, I'm your host, Red Bias.
Make the day a little